Have you observed your legs getting weaker, feeling heavier, or becoming more painful? Do you find it challenging to stand for long periods, walk extended distances, or go upstairs? If these symptoms resonate with you, listen carefully. What I'm going to share may astonish you and could provide the exact explanation for why these changes are occurring. This problem originates from eating specific harmful foods, two vitamins surprisingly regarded as crucial for wellness, and a mixture of elements that sap power from your legs. Paradoxically, vitamins that everyone claims help you might actually be deteriorating your muscles, stressing your joints, and rendering your legs unsteady, uncomfortable, and fragile. The most alarming aspect is that these dangers exist within your daily habits. Every sip and every morsel could be nourishing the weakness you're feeling. It becomes worse. These two vitamins you might be consuming right now will astound you when you discover you're actually speeding up muscle deterioration and compromising your legs. You likely purchase them at the pharmacy with positive intentions, thinking you're safeguarding yourself, nurturing your body, and fortifying your bones. This piece will reveal the reality behind these supplements and foods. You'll comprehend what's truly causing the exhaustion, inflammation, rigidity, and persistent discomfort. Most crucially, you'll discover what to eliminate and what to modify going forward to restore your strength, energy, and autonomy. If you wish to keep strong legs for many years ahead and age with grace, remain with me until the conclusion. 15 foods that deteriorate your legs after 60. 1. Confections and sugary treats. Sweet confections and sugary treats have traditionally been linked with comfort and enjoyment. Nevertheless, after 60, this practice can become a silent adversary to your leg wellness. Excessive refined sugar intake triggers inflammatory reactions throughout the body, especially in muscles and joints. Persistent inflammation makes legs more tender, painful, and vulnerable to damage. Furthermore, sugar directly connects with heightened insulin resistance, which exhausts muscle energy. When muscles lack sufficient energy, they deteriorate and become less effective. Surplus sugar also leads to weight increase, placing extra burden on your legs. Each additional pound demands more effort from your lower body muscles and joints. This extra weight heightens wear and damage, pain, and sensations of weakness in your lower limbs, particularly worrying for older individuals who naturally lose muscle mass with age. Sugar also boosts toxin creation in the body, further intensifying inflammatory reactions. The more inflammation present, the more difficult it becomes to keep your legs operational and strong. Were you aware that sugar directly influences blood circulation? When eaten excessively, it raises the risk of vascular issues, limiting blood flow to the lower limbs. Poor circulation means leg muscles get less oxygen and nutrients, hampering tissue repair and slowing muscle recovery. Beyond metabolic effects, the enjoyment of a dessert might be too expensive for your health. Sweets lack vital nutrients for muscle health, such as proteins and magnesium. In other words, you're eating empty calories that deteriorate rather than strengthen your body. In later years, this type of nutritional imbalance contributes to muscle mass reduction, one of mobility's greatest foes. The perpetrator could be as basic as a piece of pie or slice of cake. If you suspect your legs are becoming weaker, what appears like an innocent treat might be undermining your independence and strength. Most commercially made sweets also contain chemical additives like artificial colorings and preservatives that worsen inflammation. These substances disrupt the body's natural equilibrium and directly impact the muscular system. When combined with sugar, they create a particularly damaging health combination. Switching to natural alternatives like fruit with cinnamon or homemade desserts with reduced sugar is already a substantial step. You can certainly still enjoy desserts. Just make wiser choices that respect your body. Both your legs and your taste buds will appreciate you. 2. Deep-fried foods. Deep-fried foods are hard to resist, but their damage to the body after 60 cannot be overlooked. Rich in trans and saturated fats, these foods raise inflammatory markers throughout the body. This inflammation directly impacts muscles and joints, making legs more rigid, painful, and susceptible to injury. The fats in deep-fried foods also compromise blood circulation, making muscle oxygenation more challenging. Poor circulation deprives the body of its capacity to heal and grow stronger. Deep-fried foods also contribute to blood vessel obstruction, which further limits the flow of vital nutrients to leg muscles. Over time, this process deteriorates the body's support system and speeds up joint degradation. Primary culprits include foods like donuts, chicken nuggets, and French fries. When eaten regularly, these products truly overwhelm the skeletal and circulatory systems. The flavor doesn't justify the health harm. Have you ever observed that after a meal rich in fried foods, your legs felt more painful and heavier? This is your body reacting to the excess harmful fats. The extended digestion of these foods uses considerable energy, leaving less available for muscles. This dietary choice may directly appear as leg fatigue. Moreover, regular eating of fried foods has been connected to weight gain, which increases the stress on lower extremities. This creates a challenging cycle to break. Fried foods also have low nutritional density. They offer few vitamins, minerals, and proteins that actually strengthen muscles. A diet dominated by these foods creates an imbalance that encourages muscle mass reduction. Less muscle means legs lose stability and strength, affecting your capacity to bear weight, climb stairs, or walk safely. Avoiding fried foods is one of many simple steps that can help preserve your mobility and independence. Replacing fried foods with healthier cooking methods helps protect your legs. 3. Refined white bread. While refined white bread is a typical breakfast and snack item made from processed flour, its impact on the body, especially after 60, is far from harmless. It undergoes processing that eliminates most fiber and vital nutrients, making it a quickly absorbed carbohydrate that raises blood glucose levels. These increases directly impact muscle health, particularly in the legs, causing fatigue and weakness. Regular eating leads to metabolic imbalance. White bread, being low in fiber and high on the glycemic index, also encourages insulin resistance. The absence of fiber impairs glucose entry into muscle cells, affecting the energy and strength needed for daily activities. The less energy muscles receive, the harder it becomes to maintain leg strength. This can develop into muscle mass reduction, which is already typical with aging. In this context, white bread stops being a neutral food and becomes a source of issues. White bread's effects go beyond glucose problems. Being a food low in proteins and minerals, it provides no real support for muscle recovery. Older adults need more protein to prevent sarcopenia, the gradual reduction of muscle mass. Eating white bread daily while neglecting protein sources is a mistake that depletes the body meal by meal. This can result in weak, tired, unstable legs. Beyond failing to nourish, white bread encourages weight gain, especially when combined with butter, cheese, or spreads. Excess weight burdens legs that are already naturally more fragile in later years. This leads to pain, inflammation, and increased injury risk. White bread limits rather than supports mobility. Each bite may seem harmless, but the accumulation of poor eating habits causes the most damage. Fortunately, there are many more nutritious and beneficial alternatives. Whole grain breads, naturally fermented or made with grains like oats, flaxseed, and rye, provide beneficial fiber and nutrients. They indirectly strengthen muscles, support digestion, and help stabilize blood sugar. Combined with proteins and healthy fats like eggs or avocado, they create balanced meals. You don't need to give up bread, just choose better options. 4. Alcoholic drinks. Drinking alcoholic beverages becomes even more hazardous with age, especially when considering muscle and joint health in the legs. After 60, the body becomes less effective at processing alcohol, amplifying its harmful effects. Among the key consequences is difficulty absorbing vital minerals including calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D. Without these components, muscles deteriorate and bones become fragile, increasing the likelihood of fractures and falls. Alcohol also directly interferes with muscle repair. This means that after any physical activity, the body takes longer to restore tissues, leading to extended pain, fatigue, and increased injury risk. Alcohol also causes dehydration, which reduces muscle flexibility and encourages painful leg cramps. Additionally, alcohol impairs liver function, which is connected to producing compounds vital for tissue health. The relationship between alcohol consumption and weight gain is also significant. Alcoholic beverages are calorie-dense and encourage abdominal fat accumulation, even in moderate amounts. This extra weight strains the legs and demands more from joints, impairing mobility. Adding this to the natural decline in muscle mass with aging can have devastating effects on mobility and quality of life. Have you noticed that your body feels more tired and achy after a night of drinking? This reflects the stress alcohol places on muscles and joints. Regular consumption increases the body's inflammatory levels, which worsens pain and reduces motivation for physical activity. Over time, this habit significantly undermines the body's ability to stay active and healthy. 5. Processed meat products. Processed meat products are part of many people's routines due to their convenience, but they conceal serious leg health risks, particularly in old age. Foods like bacon, ham, and sausages are high in sodium and chemical preservatives, encouraging chronic inflammation throughout the body. This type of inflammation impacts joints and causes ongoing pain in leg muscles, ankles, and knees. These foods may be directly related to the stiffness people experience upon waking. Another disadvantage of processed meats is their high saturated fat content. This fat reduces blood flow to muscles, raises bad cholesterol levels, and compromises circulation. Poor circulation deprives leg muscles of nutrition and oxygen, impairing their maintenance and regeneration. The result is gradual weakening of the lower extremities, and eventually, this decline in strength limits basic daily activities. Furthermore, these foods contribute to toxin accumulation in the body, stressing the liver and kidneys. These organs are crucial for filtering chemicals that, when accumulated, contribute to muscle fatigue. Preservatives in processed meats have also been shown to affect glucose metabolism, reducing available muscle energy. Again, the effect is felt directly in the legs as persistent feelings of fatigue and heaviness. While older adults often choose these items for convenience, dietary attention becomes critical at this life stage when sacrificing quality of life for convenience can be costly. Choosing healthy proteins like eggs, chicken, fish, and lean cuts of beef is a crucial first step in maintaining muscle strength and health. Simple substitutions make all the difference. Replace bacon with avocado or olive oil, sausage with cooked eggs, and ham with shredded chicken breast. The body begins to adapt with these changes. Legs become lighter and more energetic. It's a reasonable trade-off between taste and freedom, between pleasure and longevity. 6. Instant ramen noodles. Instant ramen noodles might seem like the ideal solution for those seeking convenience, but their impact on the body, particularly after 60, is worrying. Composed mainly of refined flour and chemical additives, they provide little nutritional value. This quick meal results in a calorie-rich dish low in fiber, proteins, and micronutrients, vital components for maintaining muscle mass over time. This type of diet directly contributes to leg deterioration and mobility issues. One of instant noodles' main disadvantages is their extremely high sodium content. A single serving can provide more than half the daily recommended intake of this mineral. Excess sodium encourages fluid retention, making legs swollen and painful. Additionally, it increases blood pressure, hindering adequate blood flow to muscles. Poor circulation also leaves muscle tissue undernourished, weak, and slower to recover from activity. The chemical additives in accompanying flavor packets are another concern. Preservatives, artificial colors, and monosodium glutamate are often linked to chronic inflammatory processes. Even when mild, these inflammations impair joint function and accelerate muscle deterioration. Eventually, this results in pain, stiffness, and mobility restrictions becoming more frequent in daily life for those who consume these foods. The metabolic impact is equally important. Lack of fiber increases the noodle's glycemic index, spiking blood sugar levels. Glycemic instability affects insulin function, preventing muscles from efficiently using energy. When muscles lack effective energy utilization, they become weak and tire quickly. Poor nutrition can turn a simple walk to the store into an exhausting ordeal. 7. Commercial baked goods. While commercially made baked goods smell like childhood and taste like joy, they hide ingredients that seriously harm leg health, particularly in mature years. Packed with processed sugar, hydrogenated fats, and synthetic preservatives, they disrupt metabolism and inflame the body. These products are particularly harmful because sugar disrupts insulin function and encourages body fat accumulation. This not only causes weight gain but also creates a metabolic environment unfavorable for maintaining muscle strength. The presence of trans fats, used to enhance taste and shelf life, is another critical aspect of these baked goods. These fats lower good cholesterol and raise bad cholesterol, compromising blood flow. Poor circulation deprives leg muscles of required nutrients, causing them to deteriorate. Long-term, this can lead to lean mass reduction, joint stiffness, and potential mobility problems. Regular consumption of commercially made baked goods is also linked to persistent inflammation, one of the primary causes of muscle weakness and joint pain. Ingredients like emulsifiers, stabilizers, and artificial dyes affect the immune system and trigger inflammatory responses, mainly impacting leg joints. The results are more pain, less mobility, and a cycle of sedentary behavior that drives muscle reduction. Though delicious, these baked goods lack nutritional density, meaning they're high in calories while lacking vital nutrients like proteins, calcium, and magnesium that are essential for muscle and bone health. Regularly eating these foods is like trying to fuel your body with contaminated gasoline. In this case, your muscles are the engine, and they don't respond properly. Instead, they show failures, fatigue, and sluggishness. Often, the convenience of ready-made foods drives us to thoughtless decisions. Making homemade baked goods using whole flours, fruits, and natural oils can be just as practical as buying a ready-made product. However, the difference lies in the impact this choice will have on your body in the medium and long term. Your muscles will appreciate additional strength, stability, and vigor as you re-educate your palate. 8. Highly processed cheese products. Though they appear convenient and tasty, highly processed cheese products like spreads, processed slices, and melted cheeses hide serious risks for people wanting to maintain leg strength after 60. High in sodium and saturated fat, these foods affect the muscular and vascular systems doubly. Sodium encourages fluid retention and increases blood pressure, while saturated fat compromises blood vessel flexibility, impairing circulation. As a result, legs become more swollen, uncomfortable, and heavy. Furthermore, highly processed cheeses often contain preservatives and phosphates, among other additives, that alter the body's mineral balance. This incorrect absorption directly affects calcium and magnesium, two minerals essential for muscle contraction and bone health. The body shows signs of muscle fatigue, joint pain, and even nighttime cramps. Being large and heavily used, leg muscles are the first to show warning signs. Another significant factor is that these cheeses lack high-quality proteins. Unlike artisanal cheeses, which better preserve their nutritional profile, highly processed ones undergo industrial processes that reduce their nutritional density. This means that while you're consuming calories, the body isn't receiving the amino acids needed to maintain muscle mass. Muscle reduction is among the key causes of functional decline and dependency as one ages. Have you ever noticed that after a meal high in processed foods, your body feels heavier and less energetic? This is real and results from the demineralizing and inflammatory action of these products over time. The lack of vital nutrients leads to bone weakness and decline in muscle performance. Short walks require more effort than they should, and steps that seem easy become obstacles. Everything can be connected to the type of cheese on your toast. A good way to maintain health is replacing these products with fresher, less processed cheeses like ricotta, cottage cheese, or fresh mozzarella. 9. Commercial ice cream. Though commercial ice cream is among the most popular treats on hot days or as desserts, it poses significant threats to leg health after 60. These products are highly caloric and inflammatory, containing saturated fats with substantial levels of refined sugar. This type of diet causes blood sugar spikes followed by rapid drops that compromise muscle energy stability. This instability makes legs weak, heavy, and more susceptible to fatigue. Ice creams, particularly poor quality ones, contain saturated fats that harm the cardiovascular system. Oxygenated blood struggles to reach the body's extremities, including the legs. The result is feelings of numbness, tingling, and even persistent cramps. Long-term, this circulation deficit causes muscle weakening, mobility reduction, and increased fall risk. All this while we think we're simply treating ourselves. Furthermore, commercial ice creams contain artificial colors, emulsifiers, and thickeners that aggravate bodily inflammation. This silent inflammation is one of the primary causes of joint and muscle tissue damage. Continued consumption of these products encourages digestive and hormonal disturbances that directly influence the absorption of vital nutrients for muscle development. Without proper nutrition, the body cannot remain stable and strong over time. Another important factor is that these foods provide no genuine nutritional value. Rich in empty calories, they neither build muscles, repair tissues, nor nourish joints. This means that even while consuming something pleasant, feelings of fatigue persist and may even intensify. The impact on legs is clear: less strength, more daily pain, and less tolerance for physical activity. Every bite robs the body of opportunities to strengthen itself. 10. Milk chocolate products. Whether as dessert or midday treat, milk chocolate products are part of many people's routines. However, their regular consumption can have more serious effects than initially apparent, particularly on the legs of people over 60. High in sugar and saturated fat, these chocolates encourage inflammatory processes directly affecting joints and muscles. High glucose combined with poor quality fats creates metabolic overload, encouraging muscle strength decline. Low cocoa content in milk chocolate is another issue. True cocoa contains antioxidants and beneficial compounds, but milk chocolate is mostly sugar, milk powder, and additives. This means you're consuming calories without receiving cocoa's protective benefits. The result is inflammatory burden without nutritional compensation. Many commercial milk chocolates also contain artificial additives like colors, preservatives, and flavor enhancers. These chemicals can trigger inflammatory responses and affect the nervous system. Those more sensitive to these substances may experience muscle aches, headaches, tingling, and overall fatigue. When these effects manifest in legs, they produce feelings of heaviness, stiffness, and sometimes slight tremors. The problem worsens with age as the body becomes increasingly susceptible to excitotoxic substances that damage neurons. Furthermore, these additives cause persistent bodily inflammation affecting joints, muscles, and blood vessels. This inflammation compromises muscle function and circulation in extremities. Poorly oxygenated legs significantly increase the likelihood of muscle weakness, cramping, and mobility reduction. 11. Foods containing monosodium glutamate. Monosodium glutamate, MSG, is widely used as a flavor enhancer in processed foods, restaurant meals, and packaged products. While generally considered safe in small amounts, excessive consumption can have concerning effects, particularly for people over 60. Those more sensitive to this substance may experience muscle aches, headaches, tingling, and overall fatigue. When these effects appear in legs, they produce feelings of heaviness, stiffness, and sometimes slight tremors. The problem intensifies with age as the body becomes more susceptible to excitotoxic substances that damage neurons. Furthermore, monosodium glutamate causes persistent bodily inflammation affecting joints, muscles, and blood vessels. This inflammation compromises muscle function and circulation in extremities. Poorly oxygenated legs significantly increase the likelihood of muscle weakness, cramping, and mobility reduction. Many MSG-containing foods are also high in sodium, which worsens fluid retention and leg swelling. This additive also affects energy metabolism, altering muscle glucose consumption. This reduces muscle efficiency in converting energy to strength, compromising legs even in basic activities like climbing stairs or walking short distances. Long-term, this diet can lead to muscle mass reduction and dependence on others for daily activities. Many people are unaware of their regular MSG intake. Product labels hide it under various names including flavor enhancer, yeast extract, hydrolyzed protein, and other technical terms that obscure its true impact. The goal is choosing natural flavors like fresh herbs, garlic, onion, lemon, and olive oil over highly processed foods and artificial seasonings. The 2 most harmful vitamins for your legs. 1. Excessive vitamin A. Vitamin A is vital for numerous bodily functions, including vision, immunity, and skin health. However, too much vitamin A, particularly from supplements, can be harmful and lead to various negative effects, including on leg muscles. After 60, the body struggles more to metabolize and eliminate excess vitamin A, increasing the likelihood of accumulation in the liver and joints. Muscle pain, particularly in legs and back, is among the most common symptoms of hypervitaminosis A, excess vitamin A, which inflames muscle tissues. This pain might be mistaken for joint or spinal problems. Beyond pain, clear indicators that nutritional balance has been disrupted include muscle weakness, difficulty climbing stairs, walking, or rising from prolonged sitting. Excessive vitamin A also interferes with absorption of other vital minerals, including magnesium and calcium. Without these minerals, muscles cannot contract and relax properly, encouraging development of fatigue, spasms, and leg cramps. Additionally, vitamin A accumulation in the liver can impair energy production, compromising muscle function. The result is gradual decline in mobility and strength. Another adverse effect of excessive vitamin A is bone demineralization, especially in legs and hips. This compromises bones heavily used in daily life and increases fracture risk in those with osteopenia or osteoporosis. The impact is far more harmful than beneficial. Vitamin A supplements should only be used under medical supervision and always in controlled amounts. Self-medication is one of the primary drivers of these hidden problems. Vitamin A naturally occurs in foods like liver, egg yolks, whole milk, carrots, and pumpkin. A balanced diet eliminates the need for supplements. Excess consumption, particularly from fortified products or potent supplements, creates risk. Therefore, total intake must be carefully monitored, considering all sources including multivitamins. 2. Excessive vitamin D. Vitamin D is often associated with bone health and proper immune system function. While vitamin D supplementation is especially recommended for the elderly, few people realize that too much can have serious negative effects, even on legs. Hypervitaminosis D, usually from excessive supplementation, results from vitamin D accumulation in the body. Muscle pain is one of the key symptoms of this imbalance, accompanied by weakness and reduction of motor coordination. Unlike other vitamins the body quickly eliminates, vitamin D is fat-soluble and stores in fatty tissues. Excessive vitamin D can lead to elevated blood calcium levels, known as hypercalcemia. This results in leg stiffness, muscle burning, cramps, joint pain, and related symptoms. Hypercalcemia directly impacts muscles and nerves, compromising electrical impulses that direct body movements. Vitamin D can also lead to unnecessary calcification of soft tissues, including muscles and tendons. This means areas like knees, calves, and thighs might become stiffer, less flexible, and painful under exertion. What should be a protective substance becomes one of wear and restriction. Elderly adults taking high doses of vitamin D without medical supervision have higher risk of experiencing these problems. Another troubling issue is that large vitamin D doses can damage kidneys, which are responsible for mineral balance in blood. Poor filtration and substance retention show kidney effects, worsening leg swelling, muscle pain, and feelings of weakness. This creates a feedback loop. More vitamin D leads to more calcium, reduced kidney function, and more muscle problems. It's crucial to emphasize that vitamin D supplementation should always be tailored based on laboratory tests and medical advice. Many people believe high doses benefit the body and consume large amounts independently. Excess can be just as dangerous as deficiency, and regarding legs, the result can be reduction of movement and independence. Final thoughts. The foods and vitamin excesses discussed here represent hidden threats to leg strength and mobility after 60. While these items might seem harmless or even beneficial, their cumulative effects can significantly impact your quality of life and independence. The key to maintaining strong, healthy legs lies in making informed choices about nutrition and supplementation. Replace processed foods with whole, natural alternatives. Choose fresh proteins over processed meats, whole grains over refined flour products, and natural sweeteners over refined sugars. When it comes to vitamins, more isn't always better. Follow medical guidance for appropriate dosing. Remember, your legs carry you through life. The choices you make today about what you eat and which supplements you take will determine whether you maintain your mobility and independence for years to come. Take control of your nutrition, and your legs will thank you with continued strength and vitality. If you want to continue receiving the best health information, remember that small dietary changes can make enormous differences in how you feel and function. Your journey to stronger legs starts with the very next meal you choose to eat.